The main job of leaders is making decisions. Good leaders make consistent decisions that move the team forward. How are you making those decisions? Are you using science? Having a theory, an idea, going into experimentation, testing, and then checking the results? Or are you using ego? Peace. It's Trevor Sotawell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. I made ego decisions, and I've tried to keep it scientific. But ego decisions are non-scientific decisions. Ego decisions, one thing that's coming to mind right now are decisions that after the decision been made and everything's happened, the results come in, people ask why that decision was made. There's not really an answer for it. It's just 'cause. Just 'cause. That's what we should do. Where we need to be scientific. In our life, looking for achievements and success, as well as if we're building a business. But whatever we're doing, this is how we should make decisions. There is a part of ego in making decisions. Mainly, it is in the theory part, the theorizing, building your hypothesis, saying this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to try. Where the ego needs to be taken immediately out is upon the testing and experimentation phase. After you say you're going to do something, then there's the doing of it. Now we can use these parts of ourselves, our feelings, just how we're built, personality type, using those parts to push us forward. We could say that's ego. I'm really just using ego very, very generally, very broadly. I know personality type. I don't know the whole ego breakdown of Jung or anyone else for that matter. I'm talking about ego. I'm just saying our own personal thoughts and feelings about something without taking the actual information of what happens. That's what I'm saying when we get into the testing, the experimenting phase. And we may make a decision based on pure ego. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to move. That's why I say the small p purpose. These are my goals. This is my mission. These are my values. This is my vision. Then we move into taking our ego out of it. Just looking at the facts. Just looking at the data. This is what happened. This is what went well. This is what didn't go well. This is where you need all those things. We need a goal. We need a driver. This is what we're aiming for. This is what we're going towards. And that's how we determine if something goes well or not. If it's business, the market tells us. Did this thing work or did it not work? Is it being effective or is it not being effective? In our personal life, that's where we need to pause a minute and actually check on our ego. Are we fulfilling a part of our ego that there's good parts and bad parts of ego? That's what I say. I'm using it very generally. Is it a comfort part of our ego? Is it the fighting against and running from? Are we making decisions? Are we making moves in our personal life when we've chosen a lifestyle? And then we make a decision to do something or not do something? Is it solely based on keeping us where we're at? Being comfortable? Continuing to stay mediocre? Settling? being leaders of ourselves in our own personal life, this is how that leadership comes. This is how decisions are made. This is how our decisions keep us where we're at. Egoic words, as I said, this is how it should be, just cause. This is how it has to be. I have to do it this way. Those are egoic things. You don't have to do it anyway. Just as much as there's a whole lot of things I'm sure you don't do. There's a whole lot of things you should stop doing. There's a whole lot of things you should do. Now, in any area of life, health, our businesses, our connection, our relationships with family. And one thing we like to focus on here is what makes us happy, what gives us joy. Are we continuing to do those things? I've been making a list recently. So many things that I haven't done that I really enjoy. And mind you, I've known this. I've known it so well, I have a saying. It's like, I'm not even having fun yet. I've been saying this for years. It's because I know I haven't had the life that I wanted to have. I know I haven't been doing the things to a certain level that I want to do. So being a leader of yourself first. Being able to communicate your own ideas, your own wants to yourself first. Or last or second or third. But using science to continue to move ourselves forward. Having an idea, having a feeling, this is what we're going to do. Testing that is the doing. And then looking at the results. And when we talk about results, we make adjustments, we make pivots, we make moves after we get results. Or you become insane. What I mean by you become insane is that you don't make any pivots, you don't make any moves, you don't make any changes, adjustments, and you continue to do the same thing. And you expect different results. That's a definition of insanity. And it's very interesting. This is where, again, we look at our language. We listen to people's language. Think of people I hear in my spiritual school of thought and having struggles, reaching out and connecting with people, sharing information with people. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're saying, but I know they're coming back saying the same thing week in, week out. That it's not being effective. So this is what insanity sounds like. Get that in our heads. That when I'm saying the same thing over and over, and if I'm expecting something to change, that is crazy talk. That's when I have to ask myself, and I ask other people this also. What are you getting at here? Is this what you want? Do you want to keep struggling? Because when we do the science, right? When we run an experiment, there's a period of time. So it ain't instantaneous. Or even I've had this number really, I've been meditating on just getting this number in my head. And that 7 to 15 touches minimum. to get someone to respond, to warm someone up to the business. I'm thinking, well, our whole thing here at Pure Soundell is business principles are life principles. Business principles are achievement principles in general, in life. So it ain't love at first sight. Very few love at first sight is going to happen. My coach, Michael Burt, talked about 2%, I think, if I'm remembering off the top of my head. 2% is love at first sight. Means 100 people. So if you have had love at first sight in your life, and you think it's going to happen again, you may have to go through those other 98 before it happens again. You may have knocked 2 out. Maybe you had love at first sight twice. Now, love at first sight takes both ways, right? Like, they have to be with it, and you have to be with it. The same thing with business. The business has to be with it, meaning the business has to really have what you want, and you have to want what they have. And it has to actually provide value to everyone involved. The monetary exchange, as well as the value exchange, right? So, I don't know, I'm really vibing with this. It's like 2.5% are people that the language used in business is people that take fast action. That the first time they see something, they take action on it. So I'm laughing right now because, this is what they made up on the spot. Like, oh, that's love at first sight. What to think? I'm put it out here. This gets me nervous. So many people I've heard like, I don't want no more friends. Well, I am looking for friends, certain type of friend. I'm going to call them accomplices unless I find a better word. I kind of like that right now. Accomplices, business partners, advocates, allies, people that sing my praises and support me, and I sing their praises and support them. We intermingle, so to speak. We support each other. We buy each other's products. We have a personal relationship. I want a minimum of 26 of these relationships. Which that means I got to touch people a lot. Pause. 7 to 15 touches just to warm somebody up. Just for maybe to get a response. People may ignore me 7 times. So I think I've had it in my head. I don't know, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, that just speak to someone and they're just supposed to respond instantly. And that's just not how it is. And then on the flip side, if someone doesn't respond, we're just supposed to leave them alone also. And this is where it comes into believing in yourself and believing in other people. If you really have value to give as an individual, you have inherent value, yes. What other value do you have to another individual personally? Or in your personal life? What value are you bringing? What value are they bringing? Are you really excited to give your value to someone? Are you excited to receive value, learn, discover, build relationship with another? What's good for your personal life is good for the business. And what value you bringing? What value are they bringing? Is it the customer value exchange? Is it the accomplice? You're going to be accomplices together on your success together, building community, support, doing bigger things, creating a great life. And all this starting from making a decision, testing that decision, and checking the results. It's Travis Odewell. It's Pure Sound Daily Business. Peace.